Okay, perfect. So hello everybody, it is Hot Yoga Monday. I'll take hot over rain, so it's good for me. My name is Amber, and I'm going to be here every Monday that it's not raining, and we'll do yoga together in the park at a nice social distance apart, and just try to have a good relaxing hour together. I try to teach it at a beginner's level, so people are not scared or intimidated, but you can always do extras, and I'll talk you through if you want to do something extra to challenge yourself, you can do that as well. Because we've got some skilled people in here too, I know. Got to challenge themselves. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to get started by actually laying on our mat. So normally I get started on my feet, but today it feels like I lay on your mat and progress like slowly towards a standing position. So if everybody feels comfortable, go ahead and surround yourself with your towel and your water. That's going to be necessary tonight. And then we'll get started here. All right. Hi, welcome, thank you. All right, so in the park there are these giant tassels sticking up everywhere. So we're gonna kind of try to lay down so that they're not sticking like at us. So go ahead and find a comfortable position on your mat and just go ahead and lay back for a moment. I'm gonna get the music started and then talk you through some movements. All right, so the very first thing that I want you to do is just take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale out, maybe stretch out your arms down toward your fingertips are reaching towards the bottom of the mat. Your toes are also reaching maybe off or towards the bottom of the mat. And the big thing here is just allow yourself to let go of any stress, any frustration, any pent up emotions or tension that you may have in your body. And just allow yourself to take some deep breaths in and exhale out. Part of yoga is syncing your breath with movement, but first we have to pay attention to our breath. And sometimes deepen it because we get into a stress state where we're almost panting and not really taking a full lung of oxygen in. If you're someone who likes to count, I'm going to go ahead and talk you through a couple of different counting techniques here with your breath. So taking an inhale, we're going to count from belly, rib cage, chest, and shoulders. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 with an inhale, and then exhale, 3, 2, 1, and your belly button actually works towards your spine there. Take a couple of deep breaths here, maybe inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go ahead and lift our arms up, fingertips reaching above our head and back behind us. Inhale here, reaching up, and then exhale, go ahead and bring your arms down to your side. Once again, palms pressing into the earth. Let's take up our right knee and take up our left knee and hug them into our body for a moment. And then we're going to just slowly rock from side to side. So just rocking from the right to the left. Warming up our spine just a little bit of the way. And then let's go ahead and we're going to rock the other way. So we're going to rock so that our feet are going towards the bottom of the mat and our head is going to try to rock up to a seated position. This may take a couple of rocks. Rocking up to a seated position here. Awesome. So in this seated position, let's take a moment to just set our intention for tonight's class. So with With yoga, a lot of yoga focuses on mindfulness and being in the present moment, syncing your breath with your movement. And tonight I have a quote by Tony Robbins. It says, where we focus goes energy, where we focus, energy flows. So tonight, be aware of that for yourself, that sometimes when we get frustrated with our body or frustrated with different things, that's where our energy goes, and we're not allowed to see like the good things that our body is actually allowing us to do. So listen to your body, but also know if you feel any pain tonight, back off of it and listen to that pain and step back, and then try to go into the pose maybe a different way. So we're going to start in a seated position here, and we're going to inhale, raising our fingertips to the sky, and exhale, pushing our palms down towards the earth. Inhale, raising our fingertips to the sky, exhale, palms towards the earth. And keep that going here while I figure out why my music is not playing. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, reaching down. Let's go ahead and inhale, reach up, stretch your arms as high as possible, and exhale, we're going to drop our left hand to the mat. Right hand reaches up and over our head, and then we reach it just a little bit further. Spiraling that pinky finger down towards the mat, reaching over, and then drawing that shoulder back so that your shoulder is almost by your ear. Inhale here, reach it up. And then we're going to switch directions. So this time, left hand is reaching over the top of our head. Reaching that arm out as far as possible. Spiral that pinky finger down. Draw that shoulder back. Maybe look up at the trees or the clouds or the sky. And inhale, both arms up. All right. From here, let's go ahead and we're going to drop our right hand to our left knee. Left hand reaches back behind our hip, and we take our gaze behind us. So in any kind of twist, you want to try to think about twisting from your lower back. We're going to lift the top of our head up towards the sky, and then look over that back shoulder. With any of these movements, you can always bring some playful movements. Let's say maybe your neck needs to move from side to side, and you can always do that as well. Just moving the neck from side to side. Hearing the encouragement of honking cars passing by. Inhale, face forward. And let's go ahead and inhale the fingertips up again. And this time dropping our left hand to our right knee. Right hand reaches behind us, grounds down. Lifting through the top of the head, straightening the spine, and then drawing our gaze behind us. Take a good couple of full breaths here. And inhale, face it forward. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead and lock our hands on the front of our knees. And we're going to draw our chest and our chin up, lifting through our torso. We're going to bring a slight curve into our lower back here. Take a couple of full breaths here. This is a modified cow pose. And then exhale, what we're going to do is bring our chin to our chest, looking down, and reaching our upper back behind us as we go ahead and hold onto our knees and let our back just fall backwards. All right, yay, technology. Inhale, draw the torso and the chest up towards the sky, gaze is going up. Exhale, chin to chest, sink it in. Looking down and letting your back just arch behind you towards an invisible wall. Go ahead and do that a couple of times with your own breath. Maybe paying attention to how your shoulder blades, when you look up and gaze up and lift your chest, your shoulder blades draw together. And then when you go into the modified cat pose, the chin comes down, your shoulder blades stretch apart. Maybe noticing the tightness of your abdomen and where your belly button is as you inhale. And then as you exhale, noticing the belly button sinks in towards the spine. I love just paying attention to what's going on in my body. Most of the time my brain is doing all the thinking and all the future forecasting and worrying, but sometimes just tuning into what your body is doing is so beautiful and just mindful. All right, let's go ahead and take our ear to our left shoulder to start with, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and then gaze up. So a slow neck circle here as we turn our head around, drawing ear to shoulders. And then switch directions, inhaling, going back, exhaling, coming forward with a slow neck circle. Inhaling, looking up, and exhaling, looking down. All right. Last but not least, before we change our position here on our mat, we're going to reach our arms out as wide as possible, spreading our hands and spreading our fingers apart as much as possible. Then bring it in, and left arm comes under right arm. You can take it and just simply do a hug here to yourself, or we can work it into what's called eagle arm. So we can take that, bring our back of our forearms towards one another, maybe back of the palm to back of the back of the hand to back of the hand, or maybe if you have the ability to go ahead and twist those hands around so that you can touch your palm. Inhale here, lift those elbows up, feel those shoulder blades spread apart behind you. And exhale, drawing the hands down towards the mat and drawing your torso also down. So hinging at the hips and bringing those arms towards the ground. Inhale, draw them up. Exhale, open those arms up wide again. Fingers spread wide, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then this time, right arm goes under left. Give yourself a little hug. You hear that purr of the motorcycle. Maybe lifting your arms up here, back of the arm to back of the arm. And maybe if you can, reaching around so that you can touch palm to fingers. Inhale, lift up through those elbows. Exhale, hinging at the hips, bringing those forearms down towards the mat. And then inhale, lifting up and spreading those arms out wide. All right, let's go ahead and round down with our hands in front of us. We're going to spin our legs underneath us and come to a position that I call tabletop. So knees under, I don't just call it tabletop, it is tabletop. So knees under hips and hands, wrists under shoulders here. All right, I'm feeling the sweat already, oh my goodness. All right, here, let's do tabletop. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do 2 more of those cat-cow positions, but this time non-modified. So we're gonna inhale, draw our gaze up, looking up at the sky. Chest lift, slight curve in your lower back. And exhale, chin to chest, draw that navel up into the spine as you reach your upper spine up towards the sky. Inhale, once again, drawing the gaze up, letting your abdomen fall towards the mat, slight curve in your lower back, and exhale, cat pose. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. We're going to draw our right knee underneath us and hug it in as much as possible towards our abs. So just taking that right knee off the mat and hugging it into your body, maybe bringing your nose down to your knee. And exhale, stretch out that right foot behind you. Kicking an invisible wall behind you, keep that foot flat against that invisible wall. Inhale, take the knee underneath you. Once again, hugging it in, crunching it in, maybe knee to nose, and kick that back heel back behind you. One more time, inhale, knee goes underneath you here. Exhale, kick that right heel back behind you. Stay here with your gaze looking at the mat below you. Maybe shifting your weight over into your right hand here. And inhale up the left fingertips and left hand off the mat. Seeing if you can balance in what's called bird dog pose for a moment here. Aiming, breathing, and also aiming for a straight line from fingertip all the way to your toes. You don't have to crank your head up in this position. You can keep your gaze lowered and looking at the mat. Inhale here and exhale, release it all back to tabletop. We're going to take that on the opposite side this time. So left knee is going to hug into our body underneath us, crunching in. And we're going to exhale that left foot back behind us, kicking with a flat foot. Inhale, left knee comes underneath us. Exhale, kick that invisible wall behind you. Inhale, left knee underneath you. Exhale, kick that wall behind you. Shift your weight over into your left hand this time. And see if you can reach up with your right hand, reaching forward. Breathe here. And exhale it all down. We're going to take that same pose and then add a little something to it if you want to get another challenge with that. So bird dog pose once again. Let's start with our right knee. Hug that right knee underneath you, crunching it in, feeling your abs strong and activated. Exhale, right heel kicks behind you. Noticing that straight line from the top of your head to your heel. Shifting your weight to your right hand and inhale those left fingertips up to the, reaching forward. Feeling strong here. Stay here if you want to and keep breathing. Or bend the back knee and reach back with that left hand and see if you can find the top of that right foot behind you. Hold on. I got a slippery foot. Hold on to that foot. Lifting that knee, lifting through the chest. Strong, balanced, and release it all. And those are always options. If it doesn't feel good, once again, don't do it. Inhale this time. Left knee hugs underneath you, knee to nose. Breathing for a moment, and then kicking that left heel back behind you. Straight line from the top of the head all the way to the heel. Shift the weight over into the left hand and reach up and forward with those right fingertips. Extending your body in opposite directions. Bend that back knee if you so choose and reach back and see if you can find the top of your left foot. Drawing that knee away from the mat, lifting through the chest, and maybe even drawing the gaze up towards the sky. Inhale here, and exhale, release it all down. Awesome. We're gonna go into some modified side planks here. So I'm wiping off the sweat off my hands here. Take a break always and drink water tonight if you need it. So with a modified side plank, we're gonna go at it first the very easy way, and that's the way that you can start with, and we'll build on that. So the very first way we're gonna do this is we're gonna, once again, hug that right knee underneath us, crunch it in, exhale, kick that right heel out behind us. And this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch down the inside of that right foot directly behind the left toes. And then we're gonna lift up with our right hand, reaching it towards the sky. So if it feels a little shaky or slippery, go ahead and reset, it's okay. So modified side plank. What we're doing here is we're reaching up with our fingertips, stretching out through that back right foot. And then we're gonna exhale it all back down to tabletop. If you want a little extra challenge, we're gonna do this from a plank position. If you're happy with that one, we're gonna do that one again, up to you. If you want the challenge, go ahead and we're gonna step back with our right foot, Step back with our left foot. Stay here in plank for a moment, really pushing those heels back, breathing. Bring those feet close together. And then we're gonna shift that right hip up towards the sky, stacking the feet on top of each other. And then reaching up with the right fingertips towards the sky. If you're like, I tried, this doesn't feel good, go back to the first version, it's okay. Inhale here, side plank, feeling that wobbly arm underneath maybe, and that's okay. And then exhale, bring it back down to plank, and then bring it back down to those knees. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and do a child's pose here for a moment, just to take a break. So we're gonna spread the knees wide, touching the edges of the mat. I touch my toes together behind me, sink my hips back and down towards my heels, and then reach it forward with your hands, so much so that maybe your forehead touches the mat here, or comes close. Take a moment to just breathe and pay attention to heat in your body, breath in your abdomen. And maybe noticing that one arm feels a little different than the other because we haven't done side plank on the other side. Slowly lifting the hips off the heels, coming back to tabletop. Maybe adjusting knees and hands is necessary to get those wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips. And we're gonna try that same movement on the other side. So inhale, hugging the left knee into your body, knee to nose, crunching it in, feeling tight, tight, tight. And exhale, kick that left heel back behind you. Go ahead, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the inside of that left foot and ground it down directly behind those right toes. Shift our weight into our right hand and lift up with our left fingertips to the sky. Modified side plank here. I'm facing the wrong direction, I can't see you guys. Oh, this is good. Inhale here, stretching, feeling strong, and exhale, bringing it back down to tabletop. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. Stay with that one if that feels most comfortable to you, or if you want a little extra challenge, we're gonna step back into that plank first. So if you want the challenge, we're gonna step back with our right toes, step back with our left toes into that plank position. If you're doing the first version, just go ahead, hug that left knee underneath your body. Inhale here, walking those feet close together. Shift that left hip up towards the sky and stack those feet one on top of another. Pushing down through your right hand, spreading those fingers wide and inhaling up, reaching with the left fingertips up towards the sky. It's a challenge, keep breathing. Inhale here, wherever you are, it's okay. And exhale, bring it back down to that tabletop. Awesome, good job. One more time, let's go ahead and sink back into that child's pose once again. Knees are out wide, toes are together. Sink the hips back and down towards the heels and reach it forward. And if you need a drink, take a drink. All right, child's pose. Keep breathing. Focusing on what your body is able to do, focusing on those strengths, focusing on things that you can be grateful for on your mat tonight. Let's go ahead and lift those hips off the heels, coming through tabletop once again. And this time we're going to transition into a low lunge. So we're going to hug that right knee underneath us just like we've been doing. But this time we're going to step it forward in between our right hands as much as we can. Gotta use my towel tonight. So pressing through that back left foot, top of the foot is pressing down into the mat. We're gonna lift our fingertips off the mat and reach them up towards the sky. We're also pushing through the ball of the front foot, squeezing our thighs together almost like scissors, activating our core too to keep us upright and not like that. All right, looking good, awesome. Inhale here, and exhale, fingers come down and reach back behind you towards the back of the mat. Full breath here. Your next inhale, fingertips come down and up once again. And this time we're going the opposite way. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, take the arms back and down. Reach them forward and back up. Beautiful. We're gonna drop our left hand to the mat. Right fingertips are still gonna reach up here in a slight twist, low lunge twist here. Stretch it. Draw that shoulder back, look up at the sky if you can. And then we're gonna set that right hand on top of the right knee. Walk that foot out to the right foot out to the edge of the mat if you can. And we're gonna draw our gaze up and push with our hand, pushing that knee out just a little bit more, stretching through the hips, through the lower back. Still a twist, but my fingers aren't reaching up towards the sky this time. And exhale, both hands come to the inside of the left foot. I'm sorry, inside of your right foot, right? Let's go ahead and wiggle walk that right foot in as much as possible, hugging the right knee into our body. And then we're gonna go into a lizard pose. So with lizard, I like to walk my foot forward just a little bit, walk my hand, one hand print forward from where it is, and then sink my hips forward and down so that I really stretch through those hip flexors and groin muscles. Once again, if this feels comfortable, great, stay here. If it doesn't, back out. If you want to and have a block, you can always bring your forearms down to a block or bring your forearms down to the mat. In lizard pose, breathing. And then slowly walking your hands up here. Wiggle walking that foot back just a little bit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk our hands all the way back towards our back knee. We're gonna bring our hips back towards our back heel and straighten out that front foot. My right hand comes on the outside of my right leg and my left hand comes to the left of my front leg. And we're gonna come into what's called a half splits position. So depending on hamstring flexibility, it depends where you are. Sometimes this is easy and sometimes this is not. Straighten that front leg as much as you can, drawing the toes back towards your body. Fingertips are pressing into the mat, or you can go ahead and rest your hands on your upper thigh. Looks good. Breathe here, checking jaw tension. Are you wrinkling your face? Are you enjoying your body at this moment? I might not enjoy my hamstrings 100%, but I'm stretching. Inhale here and exhale, toes come down to the mat, hands come down to the mat. And we're gonna walk that right foot back into a tabletop position once again. Take a moment to sway just from side to side here. And we're gonna hug our left knee underneath us with our next inhale. Go ahead and breathe here in this crunched, tense ball position. And then step forward with that left foot in between your right and left hands. Finding your balance by pushing through the back foot and the ball of your front. Bring your fingertips up with an inhale. Strengthening through the core, lifting through the arms. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fingertips come down and back. Inhale, fingertips come up towards the sky. fingertips continue to reach up towards the sky. And we get a slight twist in our lower back as we gaze up towards the sky on our left fingertips. Once again, bring any playful movements. Maybe you want to bend through that front knee a little more. Maybe you want to straighten that front leg. Maybe you want to draw that shoulder back just a little. It's okay to experiment and play with your body here. And exhale, take that hand and rest it on your left knee. So left hand on left knee. I like to walk my left foot out to the side of the mat as much as I can. And then I'm going to push with my left hand, push my knee out with my left hand, and draw my gaze up once again towards the sky. So the same twist that we just did with our lower back, but this time our fingers are grounded down onto our knee. Inhale and exhale. Let's take both hands to the inside of the left foot, and we're going to do that lizard pose once again. So I like to walk my hands one hand print forward, wiggle walk my toes forward, lock that left knee into the side of my body, and then sink the hips down and forward. Stay here if you want to, or take it down to your forearms, or a block. Get creative, get fancy. If you really want to challenge, you can pop that back knee off the ground here as you're pressing down through your forearms into the ground. Wherever you're at, keep breathing. And then slowly lift up with the torso. Wiggle walk those toes back just a little bit. I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my left foot, and I'm going to slowly walk my hands back towards that back knee. Bringing my hip down towards my heel, straightening out that front leg and lifting up the left toes towards my nose. So half splits, this is most everybody's favorite. So fingertips can stay grounded in the mat or pressing into your upper thigh, lifting your torso here. Focusing on bringing that oxygen and bringing that breath in. I have this one yoga video where she's like, breathe into the tension and let it pool like water around the tension. I'm pooling like sweat pools around my tension tonight, but keep breathing, that's the important part. Go ahead and set those front toes down on the mat, bend through that left knee, hands come down to the mat once again, and then we're going to step back with that wiggle step back with that left foot, coming into tabletop once again. So take a break here and take a drink if you need to. I'm going to take a drink real quick. And then we're going to work our way up to downward dog. All right, water and oxygen. We need it both, especially on St. Louis 90-degree days. When you're ready, go ahead and meet me back in tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes behind us, pressing into the mat behind us, spreading our fingers wide underneath our wrists here and underneath our shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, push down through your hands, lift your knees off the mat, and send your hips up to the sky. I also step my heels down towards the earth. They don't quite go all the way to the earth, and I'm reaching my heels towards the earth as I'm drawing my lower abs towards my upper thighs and hinging at the hips. So go ahead and bend through the right knee, bend through the left knee, stretching out those hamstrings just a little bit more. Loosening up your body by maybe also shaking your head. Yes, I'm shaking your head no here. And then when you're ready, you can either hop up in between your right and left hands, or slowly step your feet upwards in between your right and left hands here. Coming into a forward fold position for a moment. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling your body up to a standing position. All right, in this standing position, let's take a moment in mountain pose. Mountain pose is one of those strong, if a big wind would come over and try to push you down, it wouldn't move you in this pose. So spread those toes wide, ground down through your heels and through your base of your feet. Lifting up through your legs, engaging your core and lifting up through your shoulder and chest, palms facing forward. A pose of strength. Take a moment to maybe reflect on what feels strong in you right now. And then with your next inhale, we're going to reach those fingertips up towards the sky again. Palms facing forward, fingertips come slowly down as we hinge into that forward fold position once again. This time, inhaling with a halfway lift, so hands come to your upper thighs, flat back, shoulder blades are drawing together, and we look forward slightly with our gaze. Breathe and exhale, forward fold. Arms come out wide to the side. Inhale, fingertips reach up and we hinge up with our torso. And exhale one more time, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees so much that your hands can press into the mat just in front of your feet here. We're going to step back with our right foot as far as we can. Step back with our left foot as far as we can. Coming into a plank position if that's comfortable, or dropping your knees to just give your body a little break. Breathing here in plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lock those elbows into your side and slowly lowering your whole body down. Maybe it's knees, hips, belly, chest, or maybe it's a slow and controlled movement. Inhale up here, cobra. Chest and shoulders lift off the mat. And exhale, push down through those hands, tuck the toes behind you, and lift the hips one more time into downward dog. All right, from here in this downward dog, we're gonna do what we did earlier. We're gonna hug that right knee in and underneath us. Exhale, kick that right foot this time up towards the sky. And with your next inhale, take that knee underneath you and step that right foot forward in between the right and left hands. All right, finding your balance here in high lunge, we're gonna slowly lift our fingertips up towards the sky again. High lunge. Our heel is not quite grounded into the mat just yet. But let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make sure that our back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and go ahead and ground down that heel so that you have a flat foot behind you. All right. Inhale here in warrior one position. Looking good. Feeling strong and sweaty tonight, maybe. And exhale, take those fingertips down and back. Inhale, fingertips come up towards the sky. And this time, take those fingertips back with your exhale. Back, down, and up. Awesome. We're gonna pretend that we have an imaginary ball in between our hands here. And we're gonna straighten that front leg. Take the bend out of that front leg. And then take that imaginary ball and hinging at the hips, reach it forward. Maybe you're passing it to somebody in front of you. Stay here, or take that ball all the way down to the ankle and pyramid pose. Keep breathing here. Inhale, take that invisible ball up once again all the way above your head. And then bring the bend back to that front knee. Arms come down, we drop the ball somehow and it magically disappears. So arms come down to our side. Reach the right fingertips forward, left fingertips back behind you, coming into warrior two. All right. From warrior two, we're gonna do a similar position. We're gonna straighten that front leg. This time we're gonna go into triangle by reaching that front arm as forward as we can. Right arm, the forward hand comes down towards your right ankle, and left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Modifications for this: if you can't reach all the way down the mat and you feel a little wobbly, go ahead and keep your torso lifted and just ground the back of your hand down into your calf or your upper thigh. Breathe here in triangle for one more breath. And then inhaling, lifting up with the torso, arms come forward and backwards. Bring that bend back to that front knee. I'm gonna bend into that front knee, almost like a pump action here. And then step the left foot forward to meet the right at the front of the mat. Looks good. Towel time. All right, let's do those same movements on the other side and then go into our cool down. So inhale, let's reach up towards the sky. Feeling strong, feeling stretch from your heels all the way to your fingertips. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, hands are grounded on your thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out wide to the side as you slowly hinge up. And reach up with the fingertips. And one more time, exhale, forward fold. Slow and controlled with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees as much as you can so that you can ground down your palms in front of your toes. And then we're gonna come into that plank position once again. So step back with your right foot as far back as you can. Step back with your left foot as far back as you can. If you need to, drop those knees for support, or if you wanna keep planking it, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower down. Inhale up, cobra or up dog, your choice. So cobra, we're just lifting our shoulders. And up dog, we're balancing our weight on the back of our foot and pushing down through our hands. And when you're ready, exhale, flip those toes around so the hips up to the sky, downward dog. Bend those knees right and left once again, bringing some movement into this downward dog, sending those heels down towards the earth one at a time, letting your head hang loose, shaking it yes, shaking it no. And then inhale, hugging that left knee underneath you this time. Exhale, send that left heel up towards the sky. And then with one big momentum, left knee comes underneath you and steps forward in between your right and left hands. Find your balance. Slowly inhale, coming up into a high lunge. So balance in this pose once again, sending that back heel towards the earth, pressing through the ball of the front foot, squeezing those legs in towards one another, activating your core. All of those things help bring stability in your body. Go ahead and turn that back foot at a 45-degree angle and send the heel and the whole foot down on the mat flat. Warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips come down and back. Inhale, fingertips come down and up. And this time, exhale, bringing the fingertips back, down, forward, and up. Big arm circles, basically. Inhale here, holding that invisible ball above your head. Let's straighten that front leg. And hinging at the hips, taking that ball down, maybe so that your back becomes flat, and you're just reaching that ball forward. Stay here, or take that invisible ball all the way down to your ankle for pyramid pose. Breathe. And then slowly drawing that invisible ball up once again through the middle, forward, and then all the way above your head. Bring the bend back to that front knee. And then let's go ahead and reach the left fingertips forward and right fingertips towards the back of the mat. Warrior two. So squeezing those shoulder blades together, pushing down through that front ball of your foot. Inhale, let's straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach that left fingertips forward as far as possible, and then reach them down towards the mat. Right fingertips reach up into a triangle pose. Once again, if you feel like you're losing your stability and reaching down is too far, bring your torso up a little and just ground down the back of your hand into your calf or your thigh. One more deep breath, feeling that strength, focusing on what your body is capable of doing in this moment. And then inhaling up with your torso, arms are reaching forward and backwards. Fin comes back to that front knee. And we use that same pump action as we do a big leapy step forward with our right foot to the front of the mat. Awesome. You guys are looking good tonight. It's hot and you're doing everything. I'm impressed. All right, let's do one tree pose and then we'll take it down to the mat tonight. One tree pose on each side. All right, so tree pose tests our balance, tests our focus, tests all the good things. What we're gonna do is feet are about hip width apart underneath us. We're spreading our toes out wide, listening to the whistles of encouragement, gripping the mat underneath us with our toes. And then we're gonna inhale and lift up through our arms. We come to the tippy toe of our left foot. Left heel grounds down right above your right heel. So we're taking that left knee out to the side and just kind of using that leg like a kickstand. So this is step one of tree pose. Step two is lifting the sole of your foot and pressing it into the side of your calf, not your knee, but pressing it into the side of your calf, and then also pressing your calf into the sole of your foot just as much. So you're getting kind of a pressure resistance from both directions. Keep breathing. And then maybe reaching down with one hand and drawing up the sole of the foot so that your sole of your foot is pressing against your inner thigh, not your knee. You can always go back down to step one or step two, whatever's comfortable tonight. And then finding some clover or some grass blades, something in front of you, and just focusing on that as you find the stability through your ankle. Maybe your leg and your body are wobbling a little tonight. Reset, it's okay. Go back into it, see what feels comfortable for you. Inhale, reach up with the fingertips. Exhale, hands come together above you, and then palms come down to your heart in a prayer position. Take a moment of feeling gratitude, of being surrounded by trees while doing tree position. And exhale it all down. All right, let's take it on the left side. So once again, toes are spread wide, grip the mat underneath you. Inhale, fingertips lift up. Feeling that slight breeze. Oh yes, make it so. Reaching up, and then let's go to the tippy toes of our right toes. Right heel grounds down right above the left ankle. Right knee comes out to the side. Stay here or take the sole of your foot up to your calf. Resetting as needed. Sometimes one ankle's stronger than the other. Finding that meditative gaze with that blade of grass in front of you. Stay here or draw up that foot to your inner thigh. Pressing the sole of your foot into your thigh as much as your thigh is pressing into your sole of your foot. If it's wobbly tonight, don't get frustrated at yourself. Just go back to step one and be like, I'll work on that later. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, palms come together. And then we bring our prayer hands down to our heart as I fall. Go ahead and take it here for a moment in prayer position while breathing. Being grateful for what this side of your body can do. Knowing that we all have growth and improvement. part of life. And exhale, shake it all down. All right, let's come down to a seated position once again on our mats. This time, both legs are stretched out straight in front of us. We're gonna stack our body so that the top of our head is lifting up towards the sky. We're trying to straighten our spine from the base all the way to the top of our head. And we're pressing down with our hands on either side of our hips. And breathing. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly walk your hands towards your feet until your back says, I'm good. Stay there, take a breath. And then as you exhale, maybe walk 1 more centimeter forward if you can, grabbing down onto your legs wherever you can. All of us have different levels of flexibility, and that's okay. Some people might be able to grab the bottoms of your feet, and other people are like, yep, my knees are as far as I go. Wherever you're at, breathe here. Inhale, and then let's take the right hand off the right leg and reach those right fingertips behind us. Drawing our gaze behind us as well. Inhale, reach up with the right fingertips. We're gonna go above our head and towards the opposite toes. So towards those left toes. Breathe here. Inhale, ground down with both hands onto those, wherever on your legs again. And this time, let's take the left hand off the left leg and reach it behind us. And inhaling, reaching those left fingertips up and over and towards those right toes. Inhale and exhale, and once again, resting, just hinging forward, lifting up through the top of your head and then hinging at the hips. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back and bend at our knees here. We're gonna scoot forward far enough so that if we lay back, our head will still be on the mat behind us. So find that sweet spot. And then slowly, if you wanna do it with ab strength, we can do it this way, or if you wanna just get down there, your choice. If you wanna do it with ab strength, we're gonna slowly lean back at a 45-degree angle, crunching our core. Slowly, slowly, slowly until we reach that plop point, and then we're just gonna lay back. All right, once you're on your back here, let's go ahead and hug those knees in towards our body once again. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper those legs back and forth. So we're gonna rock to the knees to the right, towards the center, and towards the left, while pressing our palms down into the mat below us. Inhale, hug those knees in towards your center once again. And then we're gonna take the soles of our feet and press them up towards the sky, straightening out our legs as much as we can and bracing with our hands on the back of our thighs. Let's point and flex the foot, both of those things. Maybe doing a couple of ankle circles here as well as our feet are reaching up towards the sky. Feeling grateful for all our ankles have done for us today. It takes a lot of ankle strength for several of those movements. Inhale here, maybe drawing your nose up towards your knees, crunching through your abs. One more time here. And exhale, slowly letting your legs down, maybe together, maybe one at a time. And coming into our final resting pose of this evening. It may be a sweaty resting pose, but it's still a resting pose. So the last 5 minutes or so of every yoga class is called a shavasana. And we just let our body rest on the mat as we focus once again on our breathing. Focus once again on maybe feeling gratitude, feeling strong, feeling peace. Whatever you need tonight, bring that in with your breath and let go of that stress. allowing your body to be supported by the mat below you, and giving yourself 5 last minutes for all that movement really to sink into the muscles, not being pulled or swayed by to-do lists or have-tos or shoulds, just being here. I'm gonna make sure that the space is safe and sit up, but go ahead and keep laying and keep breathing as much as you can, just letting your body rest. We'll do this for about 4 more minutes here and then conclude our class. Deepening your breath just a little bit more here, maybe feeling the rise and fall of your belly with each inhale and exhale. And remembering, where focus goes, energy flows. So trying to focus just these last few minutes on you, taking care of you, breathing, bringing oxygen into your body. When you're ready, go ahead and inhale and reach those fingertips above your head, reaching those fingertips back behind you as much as possible, and then shooting your toes forward and pointing the toes as much as possible, making your body so long and so stretched. And then exhale, slowly rolling off to your right or left side, using your arm as a pillow to get you to the next place. And then making your way up to a seated position when you're ready. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming tonight, for dedicating this hour to maybe being with friends out in the park, or maybe dedicating this hour to you. I really appreciate seeing your faces. It keeps me accountable, keeps me motivated. Sometimes putting a video on in my living room isn't the same as seeing faces. So thank you for being here. From my heart to yours, I honor the strength and determination, your ability to show up tonight. Thank you so much. Namaste.